Ladies and gents, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So guys, in today's video we are going to cover Pepe, its recent price action, and of course we are going to cover Pepe's holders, and on the top of that we are going to have a look at different charts for Pepe, and of course we are going to cover Bitcoin and altcoin charts as well. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Pepe. Maybe before we are going to get into the chart, let's actually have a look at what Pepe is on in terms of market cap. So we are sitting at 5.1 billion in terms of market cap. The 24-hour trading volume is sitting at 982 million USD. And now guys, if it comes to the holders, because I do believe that's quite important, let's have a look at what we're sitting at as of 9th of June. So we were sitting at 242,255 holders, and as of today we are sitting at 242,816 holders, which gives us 561 new holders in the last 48 hours. So obviously accumulation is going forward and everything is going, towards right direction with Pepe. Nevertheless, the whole market is basically experiencing, the dump, right, pretty much. And that is not a reason to be afraid, in my personal humble opinion, because we do have these negative outflows if it comes to Bitcoin ETFs. So of course that's creating a lot of scarcity in the market, and people are basically reacting, the overall market is reacting more negatively than it actually is. And I would imagine that this is probably due to the fact that we had so many of positive inflows in a day in a row, and now after seeing so many days of positivity, probably market just overreacted, in my personal humble opinion. And of course on the top of that, Wyckoff reaccumulation is happening. But anyways, we are going to get into that. Let's have a look at the chart itself. So first things first, that is a 2-hourly time frame for Pepe, and let's start with the 2-hourly time frame. Right, let me actually get rid of this bubble in here. Let's get rid of this temporary support, because that's irrelevant, I believe, at this point. And now guys, what we did, right, we saw these highs at level 1704 roughly, and then obviously we dipped over here. Nevertheless, we have retested, well, roughly that level of support at 10891, and we have bounced back, which is obviously great. Now let's have a look at the 4-hourly time frame, and let's see what is going on the 4-hourly time frame if it comes to stochastic RSI. So if it comes to stochastic RSI, let me actually zoom it in a little bit, and as you guys can see, we do have such action that is occurring. So potentially on the 4-hourly time frame we are going to experience that crossover, and we could see the pump, which actually we are experiencing at the moment, right? Because we can clearly see that Pepe is bouncing back from that level of support. And where is this actually going to take us? Let's have a look at the daily time frame to better understand of what is going on. So guys, this actually, if you ask me, of course this is not a financial advice, probably that will be a great time to actually buy some Pepe, because as you guys can see, we are in that oversold territory for Pepe. We have already experienced that bullish cross, and now yes, of course we might gonna go for a while in that zone, and nevertheless sooner or later we are going to see the next reversal on the daily. We are bouncing from that support, which gives me a clear indicator what might gonna happen is the next pump for Pepe. And now let's have a look at the weekly time frame, guys, to actually see what's going on the weekly. So this is what's going on the weekly. And now, is this something to be worried about? Well, technically, if it comes to weekly, we could see further continuation, because that blue line is already below that orange line, which means that on a weekly we could see a further pullback, and we could technically revisit these zones, which would be obviously very bad. And now it all depends how you guys treat this Pepe investment, right? Some people are saying that this is a coin without utility, and I would say, of course, this is no brainer at this point. I do believe that we all know that meme coins are coins without utility, but we basically buy them based on the pump mentals, and of course based on the hype that is going to come, in my opinion. And what we saw now is nothing in comparison to what we are going to see in terms of Pepe and couple of different meme coins and overall market, because guys, Pepe is sitting at 5 billion USD. So now if we are going to compare it to Doge, which was I believe at 80 or 90 billion US dollars in terms of market cap, well, I believe that Pepe has a lot of fuel to go. So even if we are going to experience that further pullback on the weekly for Pepe, I don't think that this is something to be worried about. But again, it depends on your plan, guys, because if you would like to make some quick gain on a daily, right, we potentially are going to see some reversal towards the upside now, right? So if you ask me, that would probably be the best time to buy Pepe. Not financial advice, of course, but now in order to understand of what might potentially happen for Pepe and overall crypto market, let's cover a couple of macro charts. Now, I'm not the only person that is thinking that Pepe has a lot more field to go, because the Scalping Pro is saying that we might see the level of 4510 for Pepe in, let's say, coming weeks, and that was tweeted or X'd actually on the 9th of June. And now, guys, a shout out to trader Tarringrade, and that is Ethereum on the 3 daily chart. And Ethereum chart is very, very important because, as we know, Pepe is on Ethereum network. So Ethereum is holding up a nice tight bull flag on the 3 daily chart. ETH is moving at the lower range of flag body. If it breaks out of the bull flag, ETH could surge over $5,000. So guys, that is definitely something that might gonna happen. And of course, we do know that bull flags are, you know, bullish pattern, right? And of course, you know, firstly, Bitcoin actually will have to go towards the upside, and then obviously Ethereum is going to follow. Nevertheless, technicalities wise, we can clearly see that bull flag is gearing up over here for Ethereum. And now I would imagine that many people are actually panicking about what is going on, you know, currently on the market. And obviously, I'm not surprised. It's definitely not something great to see in our portfolio. Nevertheless, guys, we can clearly see that we are here in that circle. And every single time we're in that circle, this was the sideways price action after the halvening. However, we are entering that post-halvening blue bubble, in which we are going to see some fireworks for BTC, ETH, and of course after that, you know, lower caps. And now if we are going to look at a very similar chart that was created by the Scalping Pro, we can clearly see that every single time after the halvening, we are consolidating and going sideways for a while, and after that we are entering that green rectangle in which we are experiencing huge fireworks for BTC. And now shout out to Yoda. So that is a total crypto market cap that is excluding Bitcoin on a 10 daily chart, which means that is also including Ethereum's market cap into it too. So guys, if we are going to follow that simple rising trend line over here for altcoins, we can clearly see that we are nowhere near previous resistance that leads us back to the previous cycle, not mentioning about all-time highs, and of course not mentioning about new price discovery for altcoins in general. So last time we have topped at 1.7 trillion USD, and now we could see around 3.5 trillion USD for altcoins. And now guys, shout out to El Crypto Prof, and that is a Bitcoin 3 daily chart. El Crypto Prof is saying that he thinks that the worst thing you can do now is to capitulate and be shaken out of the market. I'm not going to sell here. Well, that's what he's saying, and basically I'm not going to sell here neither, okay? Just look at 2017 and 2020. So far, the cycles have repeated themselves almost identically. Why should it end here? Patience. Guys, let's have a look, because that's important, I believe, right? So we've got the previous all-time highs, right? So we've got all-time highs, then we've got 2017 cycle, and we were hovering around that time. We have even a dip below the moving average. Nevertheless, after that, you know, boredom, we went parabolic for BTC. Now, obviously, we do have our bear cycle, etc. And then we got rejected from the previous all-time highs. Nevertheless, boredom again. And after that boredom, we saw a huge parabola for BTC. So 2024, guys. Do you think that 2024 is going to be different? Because in my personal humble opinion, just like El Crypto Profs, that is going to be the same. And now, imagine being bearish on BTC. So guys, base 1, base 2, base 3, base 4, the last pump, and then boom, sell point. So he's got targets around 100k. And that is interesting. Do you guys think that we could see 100k max for this cycle for BTC? And now guys, shout out to trader Tarringrade. Bitcoin is correlated to US government bonds 10 years yield. 10 years yield is now consolidating again in a symmetrical triangle form and reaching the breakout point soon. This might send BTC to a higher level. And that's something that many people are actually not paying attention to, because they are obviously looking at their 10 minutes chart, right? Nevertheless, if we are going to look at that chart and what is it doing, every single time it's breaking up, we are experiencing, you know, parabola for a BTC. So is this history going to rhyme and repeat together? Let's see. And now guys, I believe that this is one of the most important charts of them all. All right, so let's pay attention. El Crypto Prof is saying that he can't understand why people people panic so much at the moment. Altcoins have been doing a perfect Wyckoff accumulation or reaccumulation at this point for years, currently in the retest phase of a descending broadening wedge. We will see much higher levels this year. So this accumulation schematic is designed for people to being shaken out of the market and basically sell with loss. However, knowing that, we can avoid that and control our emotions towards our advantage. So as you guys can see, we have basically repeated every single action just like in the model in here, right? So we got phase A, B, C, D, and of course we saw the pump. Now we are sitting in that broadening wedge. We have closed up both and we are retesting that as a support. So in my personal humble opinion, sooner or later we are going to spike towards the upside, but first we'll have to wait for BTC's price action. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching that quick Pepe, Bitcoin and altcoin updates. I hope that you have guys enjoyed it and I wish you having a great day. Peace and love, crypto.